Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Science. We're a bunch of professional science communicators playing some Dungeons and Dragons. What is it this time?
No, we're very professional.
The intro's going really well.
Just don't look at the screen. Just look. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Third time's the charm. Okay.
We're actually starting again.
Yes, we're going to start. This is
No matter
going
what
in the
happens
podcast.
here, no matter what happens here, I'm putting it in the podcast. So
Sure.
Yeah, we should not have.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
This is live ammunition, lads.
Here we go.
Redo is not. Oh.
Right. And in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Science. We are for professional science communicators playing some D&D and talking about science along the way. My name's Simon and I make YouTube videos about physics mostly, and I'm playing a monk called Uriel.
Okay, next. I am the very professional Shamini Bundell. I'm a science filmmaker and I'm playing Tenebris, who is a jazz sorcerer, which may or may not be a secret. Our characters haven't really met yet.
nah,
Well, no, they've met, but
fine.
we haven't had formal introductions.
Yeah. I am Emily Bates. I also am a science video producer, and I play Infinite Sky 6000, who is a terraforming druid droid.
I guess that leaves me. I am Ali Jennings. I'm the DM, and when I'm not DMing, I make science videos and do science communication like everybody else.
Whoop whoop.
And with that, we now have our fantastic intro video from the one and only Calamity Cass. And then we'll see you on the other side
Yes.
in character. Okay.
So, where were we? Last episode, we came to the world of Braxigantu, a lush planet in the far-flung Quel'Earth Beta stars system, on the edge of Alliance space. Now, in the foothills of the Muginshi Mountains, a shuttle has brought 3 characters to a mining colony. On trying to leave the shuttle, our characters ran into a gang of thugs who tried to extort their worldly belongings, but they managed to wriggle free with the help of a mysterious figure who brought them to the leader of this colony. And here they were tasked
I didn't know that.
with a mission. That was who that was and still is.
Oh gosh, they're really important. I just thought there was some random.
So-
Wait, they're the. Oh, I didn't realise.
No, didn't you know?
Oh god, this is the wrong notebook. I've got the wrong notebook.
Oh God.
Simon, get it together.
Elon Musk isn't in this campaign.
That you know of.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
yeah.
that you know of. So, the 3 of you find yourselves standing in a long, thin colony pod. It's kind of like a shipping container, and it's very clean on the inside, so fiercely scrubbed. And there's a single desk in front of you. Behind that desk, you see a wiry woman with close-cropped, pale blonde hair. She carries herself ramrod straight, and you can see the muscles taut in her neck just beneath the high collar of her coat. On the left side of her face, part of the skin has come away, revealing a metal rod where her jawbone would be. And you can see at her waist, there's a Gorse pistol hanging just inches from her hand. She's looking at you with these steely grey eyes. So, what's it to be? This deal? Or you're out?
Could you... I've got pretty bad short-term memory. Could you just remind me what the terms of the deal were exactly?
I believe we have a smuggling problem in this colony. What I need you to do is find the problem and eliminate it. Is that clear enough for you?
Yeah, I remember it all now, actually. It's all come back. Thank you.
I would like job, please, but I will not cannot hurting people. I'm very nice. Won't be hurting people.
I'm very good at hurting people, so I can actually do that bit. I feel like we're actually quite a good team. What's your name, by the way?
Tenebris?
Yeah. Oh, right. No.
Tenebris.
Listen to me.
I'm very
I don't
nice.
care how you do it. But once you three agree to this, and let's be honest, you've no much choice, I expect results.
Yes, absolutely. I'll happily do what you ask, but I was just wondering, do you know what the year is?
278C.
No, I know that. No, I've been told that. I don't know what that means. Do you know it in the
Look, I've not
Common
got time for
Alliance
this.
calendar?
I've no time for this.
Okay.
Give me
Sorry
your
to bother
word, or I'll be shipping you out.
Yes, I don't want to be shipped anywhere but Braxigantu.
Well, I guess
Yes.
yeah. That's a yes from me then. That's all of us.
Very well. Now, listen. What I'm about to tell you goes no further than these four walls. And she motions to the guard standing next to the door that you came in. Out. Guard looks at her, nods, leaves the door. Now it's just you three and her. She puts her hands down on the table and leans inward. And you can see, as she opens her mouth, that her front teeth are chiseled down to points. This is a strange situation. Now, we mine all sorts here. But what's going missing is nothing of value. It's magnetite. It's an ore, just iron. But we keep missing it. Every night, a load goes. And we can't be having that. Once this starts, the precious stuff isn't far behind. And what I need you to do, find out where it's going and who's taking it and stop it. And if I may offer a word of advice, we're a tight-knit tribe. We don't like outsiders messing in our business, which is why it has to be you, because no one else is going to give me a straight answer here.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Reeve Stone Shaper.
Stone Shaper. Sorry, I didn't catch your name either, person who's walking away. Simon has just left his seat, and I'm not to get the notebook that he wants. Yeah.
You turn to see Simon's character just searching frantically inside his coat, inside his cape, looking for something in the pockets.
Sorry, I don't think you quite heard me. I didn't get your name either.
Oh, you mean me?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm Uriel. But my lady.
No, I don't.
Oh God, sorry. I'm getting terribly anxious in front of such a beautiful being.
Please stop calling me that.
Sorry, my lady. Sorry.
No, you don't have to call me my lady.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm getting
Infinity.
quite awkward as well. It's just yes, Infinity is fine.
We will be very good at job. We will be very working hard and excellent working. So you don't have to worry. We will stop problem, and then we will stay here, live here, with you.
Oh, we were going to live together.
Well, I didn't sign up for that.
We can live. You will not get rid of us.
Can we have a garden?
If you do this job properly, I'm afraid you won't be very welcome around here. But you'll be well rewarded, and then you can go and live wherever you please.
How much was it again that you said we would get if we did this for you?
300 gold, and whatever you find on the way.
Right.
Right.
What,
Do you have any more questions, or can I get back to my work now?
Well, you can understand why we have questions.
I understand. That's why I'm asking if you have any.
I do have one more question. Where should we go?
We don't do our mining here. This is the colony where we live. The actual mining outpost, the mine itself, is way up the track and in the foothills of the mountains. There's only
We get
one
to go
road.
see the mountains. Going to the mountains.
You can't miss it.
do you transport the material from the mines from down that mountain pass? Or how does it get, if it doesn't go through here, where does it go?
You've no doubt seen the trucks moving back and forth. They're loaded with the ore. I wouldn't have thought I had to explain that. So that's the path. And I believe that the ore is going missing. It's certainly not in this colony. Somewhere up that road, or maybe even at the mine itself.
Okay, so I guess we go that way.
Be careful. If they sniff out what you're about, there's going to be problems for you. And if you mention my name, that'll be the end of all your worries.
In a good way?
In a bad
Yes.
way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
In a bad way. I should have made that clear.
Right. You got my hopes up there by saying that. You made it sound like it was actually going to be very easy.
Like an inn to wherever we wanted to go.
I realise that's not what I meant. I should have been clear by my demeanour.
See, this is the problem with organic. And I look at Infinity. I'm like, so this is the problem with organics. It's all circumstances, and you know how it is. I'm like kind of hopefully like.
I quite enjoy it.
Oh, it's got its benefits.
Yeah.
I guess. What happened to your face, by the way? I'm talking to Reeve, by the way, not to Infinity.
It's like, excuse you?
She leans over the desk. You can see where her fingers are pressing into the metal. That there's the force of it is almost deforming the metal of the tabletop.
Oh.
Maybe one day I'll tell you, but it won't be today. Now, on your way out, you might want to see our medicanic. He's just one. She's just up on the left. She might be able to help you out. Now,
Medicanic.
I'll be
Would we
seeing
know
you
what a
later.
medicanic is? Is it what it sounds like?
You, Infinite Sky, you would have no idea.
Oh. Medicanic.
Point of order, I guess. I don't have notes for it. Did anybody sustain any damage and any hit points last episode?
Didn't you? You
I
got
don't-
stabbed.
I don't think it actually was enough to hit past the AC. I don't have a record of taking hit points.
Oh, cool. I didn't take any damage.
You emerged pretty much unscathed from that fight.
Okay.
Winning.
And if you're all done talking between yourselves like a little sewing circle, you can see yourselves out. And she sits back down.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm gonna,
lovely to meet you.
Bow a little bit, like very like how a sort of like servant should behave. Sort of.
I will immediately start copying whatever Tenebris is doing.
I immediately start copying whatever Infinity is doing.
It's great.
Oh
She
no.
slowly folds her arms.
Like a little
Backing
can
away.
line.
Backing away. We're backing away. We're backing
Back
out
away,
the door.
back away.
Out the door. Out the door. Yep.
All
Are we
right.
still like half over, like bowed down, just like retreating
like-
backwards?
Yeah.
You come outside. It's evening now. There's weak orange light slanting through the trees, and you can see black shadows inching their way across from the scattered housing pods. That's quiet. That's
Ducks in the background.
There are ducks.
There.
no.
Mining ducks.
Goodbye, ducks.
Cyborg.
The ducks are gone.
Oh.
As you step out of Reeve's pod, you take a look around to see what you can see. So in front of you, you see a long road. There's only one. It's a massive road, and you can see these ore trucks still, monster trucks still rolling down this road.
And they're going straight to the shuttle, aren't they? There's no processing here. They're just exporting it.
Exactly. So if you look to your right, and you see rows and rows of these colony pods, these sort of shipping containers, you see one particularly brightly lit one about halfway down, where lots of people seem to be going in and out, and it's quite noisy from there. And then at the end of the road is where the shuttle is, still sat in this little sort of like burnt out clearing where the boosters have singed away the grass. You can actually see silhouettes gathered around the open gangway of the shuttle, and one of these massive trucks appears to be stuck there, spinning its wheels, trying to free itself from this sort of churning mud. To your left is a set of gates and one more of these housing pods. And then you see coming out from the gates rows of fence posts. And looking closely, even in the dark, you can just make out the glint of metal of a perimeter fence. It's cold. There's a chill wind, and it whips at the cloth around your neck. And as you stand here, these figures stomp past you. You hear heavy footfalls, gruff voices, cybernetic parts moving, sometimes of a poorly lubricated one. You can feel eyes on you from the shadows. And then the exterior lights of the housing pods all illuminating the edges of the living units. They blink for a moment.
A wolf.
And you feel for a second the ground shuddering slightly beneath your feet. There's some sort of tectonic tremor, maybe deep in the Earth's crust.
Ooh.
Somewhere, maybe in the McKinsey Mountains, which loom over you.
So just so I've got this right, there's like a bunch of pods that form a village almost of these like colonists. Yeah. And there's one that's kind of like obviously hustle and bustle of activity.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you saying that there is a village tavern in this mining colony?
That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I said.
Can I clarify that there's one big road, the shuttle is at one end, does the other end go to the mountains? And is the gate and fence off to the side, or is the other end through a gate with a big fence?
The gate is on the other end of the road.
That's the road. That's where the trucks are coming.
I see. Okay, yeah.
And are trucks going back up? Like, is it like a one-way system? Or is it like, could we catch a lift on one of the trucks, for example?
You see trucks coming down, and when they come out of the shuttle, yes, they're still heading back up through the gate into down the road. Well, up the road, because the road slopes ever so slightly uphill out of the gate. And that, in the distance there, you can see the shadows of the McKinsey Mountains, the direction the road is going.
I would like to look for a pod with some sort of what I would recognise as a medical symbol. I don't know whether that would be the same as these days.
Make a perception check.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Infinity is just staring at the mountains.
You said it was dusk now, right?
It is dusk now, yeah. So it's not bright sunlight then.
Great, that's 8 then.
Nailed
you look around, all of these...
Thanks for your support, base.
All of these pods seem very similar. It's almost like it's a sort of issue, single issue kind of sort of container, and they've all been sort of airlifted in and placed there. There's no difference that you can make out between the one you've just come out of and all the other ones placed around, except for this one with loads of people going in and out.
Why is the medical symbol a plus, by the way? I've just never actually considered to interrogate that.
Is it?
Is it Switzerland?
Always a plus, though.
Switzerland.
It is Switzerland. All
It's the
medicine is
inverted
Switzerland.
Swiss flag, isn't it? Because it's like red on white rather than white on red.
But is that everywhere, or are we just thinking of the Red Cross?
But that's like our universal symbol. Like, I guess I'm asking, why did
Is
that
it?
become our universal symbol for healthcare?
The other one I was thinking was the snakes.
The snake, yeah.
Well, that's the rod of Asclepius. I
Yeah.
know that one.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we all know that one.
Obviously.
Oh, Asclepius.
Rod of Asclepius, yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
Snake
So,
rod.
sorry, that was
would
a
you
mini
guys-
chat of opportunity.
yeah, it was.
It was very bad.
What would you
we didn't
guys
have an
like to
answer.
do?
I would like to look for someone passing that I could ask.
You see a figure. It's a group of three of them. One of them has a piston-like right leg. The other two, you can't see much difference around them, but they're covered in these thick coats. As they're passing, you stick out your hand.
Excuse me? Hello? Hello?
Aye?
Do you know where is medicanic here?
He looks at you. The figure looks you up and down, and then tosses its head to your left. And then they keep on walking.
Sorry, and what is a medicanic?
They keep walking.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So
Do either of you know what a medicanic is?
just so I have it clear before we get into that, are these people, are they exoskeletons? Or are they modded to be mechanical?
Make a perception check.
First dice roll. Hope we're all ready for a low one.
One.
Oh, it's this, perception is... That's a 17.
Ooh.
17. So you watch as these three people who you've just talked to keep walking past you. You can see some of them, they're all quite shorter than you are, for sure. But they're all white, thick, strongly built. You can see in the silhouette being cast by the lights on the housing pods that they have sort of misshapen parts to their bodies, for sure. Like some of them have, one of them has this piston for a leg. Some of them have kind of strange outcroppings on their shoulders. Some these sort of like protective kind of cages around their skulls. Those don't look like exoskeletons to you, but one of them wearing a coat which covers their body. The coat seems to be far, far bigger than you would imagine for a chunky human frame.
But it's two kids in a coat.
Three kids in a trench coat.
That,
Three
that,
dwarves in a trench coat.
that is a person trying to sneak into a film. I've seen enough movies to know this. Uriel is all about this. Uriel's going to go straight to where the head nod indicated the medicanic was.
I think is maybe medic, because medi.
Like medicine, I understand.
Are you guys following Uriel?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, you make your way across the muddy road, your feet sticking in the pools of water, the grass around you. You can hear the flies buzzing around your face, and you can taste the freshness of the air as the wind comes down off the hills. There's one colony pod to your left. You walk towards it, the direction that those people had motioned you in. You see a door, a featureless door, and no windows in this pod.
Just.
A wolf attacks.
I don't like wolves.
I will knock, please.
The heavy metal door.
Do we have to go inside again?
And then you hear, just 1 minute, I'm coming. And then,
We love them and we shall keep this NPC forever.
James McAvoy. Yeah.
I've decided.
dunk, 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 dunk. The rusty door is pulled open, and you see in front of you another short person. She's a woman. She's stocky, and she appears to be half of her body is covered in blood. And she's holding it. She's holding in her hand what looks like a little tiny knife, a scalpel, and she looks up at all three of you, and then smiles this huge, joyful smile. And you can see that her teeth are cracked and chipped and yellowing, and her pale white skin, and she's got this huge sort of bulbous red nose. Come in! I'm just finishing up here. And she motions you into the pod.
I immediately go in.
Can I roll a perception check to see what I can see inside the pod?
You absolutely can.
Seeing as it went so well last time,
because you can
Yeah,
see
I was
it.
gonna say.
Yeah, but what if I notice something? What if I
Are you what are you looking for? Are you looking for something in particular?
Yeah, I'm looking for religious iconography.
Oh,
It's very specific.
straight into religion.
Yeah.
Within the pod itself, or including this woman?
Including the woman, but also, the surroundings.
Yeah. Okay.
Why?
Well, I'll just describe what you all see first, and then Uriel, I'll come to see what you're seeing. So you go inside and you see shelves everywhere, filled with what looks like bits of old tools, and there's broken off bits of machinery. You see sort of computer chips, a big kind of cardboard box filled with old wires and chips and circuit boards. You can see on the floor a little pool of oil next to a can, and in the middle of the room is this gurney, and lying on the gurney, the gurney is filthy. It's stained with oil and mud and blood, and there's this smell inside, the smell of rust, of dry blood, and also of sweat. And on the gurney is a body, just lying perfectly still on the thing. And this woman goes, come in, don't worry, we're almost done here. And goes up to the body and starts prodding it a little bit. She kind of pushes it with her fingers and then says, just a couple more things to do. And then turns around and reaches onto one of the shelves and pulls out what seems like a very basic mechanical arm. It's got joints and long sort of strips of metal, and then starts fixing it on the body. Uriel, you scan the room looking for any sort of...
No.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm the DM now. That's how it
Okay,
works,
go
right? I noticed the smugglers
Sorry, everyone.
that we are looking for, and immediately dob them in for 300 gold.
We've won the D&D.
We'll become level 10.
Oh no.
We win at least once a session. It's great.
Yeah.
It's not like we've done multiple tests to try and establish that this was working.
The D&D brief was fine last week.
Yep.
It was.
I can only imagine that Ali is currently screaming at his
Swearing.
router. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
What a freeze
Hi
frame as well.
everyone, how we all doing in chat? Because this will all get cut out of the podcast. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no!
Oh,
Oh no!
no.
The Emperor has
Oh, no,
no
we're
clothes.
Don't look.
Does it look good? Look.
Hang on.
Oh wait, I'm looking on Twitch. It hasn't actually changed on Twitch, has it?
It will do.
Yeah.
I don't think it has. Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh, it's just Charmony getting cut in half. Yeah.
I'm back, baby!
Right, Ali. Ali, change the order.
Kind of half green screened on the yeah.
You're in Charlie's
All
the
right.
DM now.
How about now?
Thank you and welcome.
No,
Yeah. Well, you're back for me.
no, but the order's wrong.
I'm
Oh,
back
I
for
see.
everybody.
Yeah,
At what point?
You're back.
You're
In the wrong
and everyone can
one.
see the green screen. Oh
Yeah,
no.
people know it's a green
Oh,
screen,
no.
Ali.
Space!
Oh,
Space!
You need to change spaces with Charmony quickly. If we
Okay.
do it quickly, no one will notice.
Oh, I'm green
No
screen.
one's
Oh, that's
seen
cool.
anything. Everyone roll perception checks. If you roll lower than a natural
Love
20, you
this.
didn't see anything.
Hang on.
Yeah, Simon, don't you need to change this?
Oh, but previously it was
order.
Ali who changed it.
It was
You
me.
can change it too.
Order.
I don't know
Hang
what
on.
happened there.
It's probably
But we
easier
didn't
if you
have,
change.
there was no lag, was there? No lag at all.
No lag, you just
Oh,
disappeared.
wait a
It
minute.
just disappeared. Who knows when.
No, wait, hang on.
you, Simon. Well done.
No, hang on. No,
This is the best.
What's happening? Oh my god! I'm watching it on Twitch, and it's
right.
so
This is like one of those puzzles where you can only
No,
move
I'm in
one
the wrong
thing at a
place
time.
now. Oh, I'm in this one.
good.
Oh.
I love it.
No, that's wrong.
Simon, come on.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Dear God, Simon.
Oh,
How could you do this?
Ali, can you not change? Can you set it back to the original order? Because I don't have a list of the order.
hashtag professionals.
This wasn't one of the
No,
things that went
all I
wrong.
can do is just switch it around.
Yeah,
I
switch
put
it around, and then you can
Yeah,
send
I
it
just
to all
need
of
to
us.
change the order.
and
I
then-
put it as it was. I put it.
Yeah,
like
but
it
you
was.
have to send it to us. You can't just do it. If you go to view.
Follow her there. How about that?
No.
Yeah, that's it. That should be it.
Oh, it's wrong for me. Okay.
Well, now you change it, Simon.
Right, I can't change it because I'm following the host's order.
Okay, so what
Okay,
needs to
you
swap?
change it. Very good. I will release that. So I release you. Release video order.
Right.
No, release means change.
Oh my God.
Right.
Says that
Hang
Discord
on.
is beyond known science.
This is beyond
This isn't
science.
Discord.
Oh, this is Zoom too.
Don't tell them that.
Why can't I move
Don't you
Ali?
break.
What is this? What sort of devil is this?
Wow,
Who is this
This
man?
is all just so everyone knows. Everyone watching this on Twitch, this is the only time this will be seen because we're not putting this in the podcast.
Right, hang on. Ali needs to be bottom
YouTube
left.
video.
Okay, Ali is bottom.
Shouldn't he be top? Oh no, that's just on.
It's different
on
for
the other
Simon.
thing. Right.
Oh,
Right, hang on.
dear.
Why? It's not very intuitive about how this is supposed to change. Like,
Chat love it. We'll just do this. Let's do
all right, nobody move! I've done it.
Oh my God. Okay. And we're back in. So, you walk into this room. There's shelves all over the wall, and they're they're filled with bits of old machinery. There's sort of cardboard boxes filled with wires and bits of computer circuit board. And on the floor, you can see that there's oil and sort of leaking out of one or two large containers. In the middle of the room, there's this gurney. It's filthy, covered in bits of dried blood and oil and mud. And on the gurney is a figure, completely flat on it. The woman who ushered you in says, "Oh, don't worry, we're just finishing up here." And starts fussing over the body, looking around, looking at it, prodding various bits, and then has a thought and goes to one of the shelves and starts taking out one of these what looks like an old artificial arm and examining it. Uriel, you are looking for some sort of religious iconography, something that maybe you recognize. You cast your eyes over all the surfaces, but it just looks like such a mess. There's almost nothing here that you would recognize, just it's like an old chop shop. And then as the woman turns back to you, you can see in the V of her coat, she's wearing a sort of old, completely disgusting lab coat that smells of something which is neither blood nor sweat nor oil. There's some kind of weird hum coming off that. And you see a patch of skin here. And in that, a patch of skin just underneath the neck, where the collarbones, and where just in the space between the two collarbones, you see a sword, a tattoo of a sword, with the hilt pointing downwards and the point of the blade going up the neck, just to the base of the neck, and wrapped around the sword is a snake.
Hey, called it. Yay.
Would we recognize, or would my character recognize what that is?
Roll a history check.
Ooh, oh, it's good. Hang on. It's
Rolling well
good.
tonight, Simon. This is very exciting.
I changed out the dice. These are different dice
That's what
now.
it was.
That's an 18.
18. You have seen this before on sneaking glances at some of the people who've come to the factory where you started this journey. It's the mark of the Armada Medical Corps.
Ooh.
I'm writing it down. That was a thing in the other one shot we did, right?
Was it?
Was it? No, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. So does that you're probably going to ask me to roll again. Does that mean that this is a military organization or is this civilian?
Keep making him roll until he fucks up.
Armada is military, right?
Sorry.
So-
We know the Armada is the Alliance military.
That was common knowledge, wasn't it? That characters would know the Armada was a military organization.
Yes, you would know that the Armada is the military wing of the Alliance.
Okay.
What you gonna do?
I don't know what this means.
Yeah, I know. This is so
I'm just
exciting.
like, what's happening?
Okay, so I'm gonna. Can I ask? Oh, sorry, no. If you were gonna do something,
go ahead.
I was gonna ask this person. So what are you doing there with the with the organic there?
Oh, this poor fellow, she's just come a wee bit of a cropper, I'm afraid. She lost her arm. That would have been ripped off somewhere up the mine, I suppose. But never to worry, because we've got a brand new, well, it's not brand new, but it'll do. We've got a lovely arm here that she's going to absolutely love. Aren't you, Josephine? You're going to love it. And at which point the figure on the gurney just leaves a little sort of shake. She goes, "Oh, don't you worry, don't move yet. We're not done here."
Infinite Sky would like to go over and like just start looking at the inside of an organic creature and just get way too close and just like start staring at like the muscles and the tendons.
Oh, you're doing that.
You look down and you see the kind of the writhing muscles. You get the scent of it's actually a sort of bloody irony scent, a little bit bilious, and then something squirts in your face. It's wet, surprising.
I've never. It's different to the textbooks. So textbooks. Whatever's in my brain probably is not a textbook. What's an online?
Droids.
Is there a droid school?
Yes.
You have to pass like a droid exam to go out in the field and terraform.
No.
The textbooks. Are
Is
what
there
they
a high
call-
school
They
droid
call
musical?
the knowledge. Yeah, clearly.
No one knows why they call it that because
It's
no
just
one
passed
remembers
down
what
through
textbooks
generation.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very different
having-
in the textbooks.
Got you. Don't worry.
As you're having this conversation, the woman just, "Oh, excuse me, dear, just
okay,
one
sorry,
moment."
sorry, I'm so
Pushes
sorry.
you slightly to the side, and then lifts up what looks like just an enormous power drill and starts arm into the socket of this figure on the bed. After just a moment of that, she goes, "There we go, we're all done now." And she takes out a little syringe from her pocket, flicks the end, and then sticks it into the other arm of the figure on the bed, pushes the plunger down. Oh my god! Oh my god, where am I? Don't you worry, darling, you're exactly where you need to be. Now listen, just be careful of that left arm now, because that's going to take some getting used to. Oh my god! Oh, don't worry, I'll just hold on a second. She takes out another needle into the arm again. I feel better now. Okay. All right. Well, thanks very much, Swordbones.
How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel?
I've seen inside you.
The figure turns to look at you with a completely blissed out expression. Oh, that feels very, very good, actually. Thanks. And then, slightly wobbly, just lurches off the table and dragging her arm behind her, she exits out the door. The door slams, leaving you alone.
Oh, it's the purity of the machine. It's magical to see it, isn't it?
Very good medicanic.
I'm just imagining, by the way, that that Josephine doesn't know the strength of the arm, so when she puts her hands up to her head, she just clocks herself in the face with one arm. Like, one is very tender, and the other one just like stoves in part of her head. You're doing amazing work here. What was your name? Sorry.
I'm Short Calmhand. You can call me. Just call me Chortle. That's what they do.
That's good.
What a great name.
How can I help you three are lovely guests? As she talks about, she's clearing up, she's moving things away, putting things in shelves, organising things. There seems to be some sort of order to this chaos, but whatever it is, you can't work it out.
Is that a sound effect you're playing, or is that?
I think that might be a plane. It might be near me.
Oh, I thought it was really impressive sound design. I was like, "There's another shuttle coming in." Like, there goes a motorbike.
Clink, 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 clink. Yes, come on, dearies. I've not got all day.
We got sent to you by.
Well, no, we have employer who desires discretion, so we may not reveal name. But we have very important job, very secret important job, and maybe very dangerous because maybe people won't like the job. So maybe you can help with health and safety.
Health and safety. Now we're talking my language. Well, I don't know what exactly you're up to, so maybe you could tell me what kind of health and safety we're looking at here.
We don't
and
really know.
she goes to the, as she says that, she goes to another one of the cupboards, opens one of the doors and takes out, you can see rows and rows and rows of clipboards, all stained and muddy and splattered, and she takes out one of them and it's got little kind of checkboxes and lists of things, and she sort of holds it up and looks at you expectantly.
Well, by health and safety, we mean smuggling and magnetite.
Well, we're not doing...
No, we're not doing that. No, we're trying to help that situation. That's the situation we're dealing with.
I don't know if we're meant to be saying...
No, we just.
I think she was quite clear.
We've just got to not say that it's Reeve that sent us.
Oh, I understand now. Thank you.
That was what we absolutely had to not say.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Don't listen. That is not. You did not hear that. That is not.
I think she did.
I'm pretty sure I did, my dear. So you're saying Reeve sent you?
No.
Well,
no.
Yes. No.
She said to come here for you, but not other things.
You're not a smuggler, are you?
Is it you? If so, could you please stop?
Am I right in thinking that you three have been sent here by Reeve to investigate a load of smuggling operations in this?
No. Well,
we've really fucked up here, guys.
We will not be saying that, I'm afraid, because our business is entirely secret. So it's very secret.
Roll a persuasion check.
Definitely let Tenebris do that.
Ouch! Oh god, I got a lot of persuasion, but it's still only an 8. So roll a 2.
Ooh.
You're plus 6, are you? Sorry.
I've got a plus 6 to persuasion, and I rolled a 2.
Wow.
You watch as
What's a negative number?
Slowly crosses her arms and looks at you with a quizzical expression. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Reeve. You know, she and I, we go way back. Now, I don't know what she's got you mixed up in here, but I'll tell you one thing. I've never done nothing wrong here by anyone here, and I never will. So...
Do I believe her?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, I just wanted to roll something. I haven't rolled anything yet.
Oh.
12.
Yeah, she seems to be pretty on the level.
Right.
As far as you can tell.
Good.
Well, you're doing holy work here. We're not saying that you're doing anything wrong. We just wondered if you'd heard anything about what we definitely didn't just tell you.
You the mention of holy work, you see her expression soften a little bit. She reaches out, she puts this huge meaty paw on your arm, but gently, very gently, and you can feel that there's
how big is she?
Gentleness.
Sorry. I thought that she was a normal sized person.
Yes, she is. She's short.
She just got enormous hands.
She's got a huge meaty hands, these massive meaty paws. But when she puts it on your shoulder, you can feel that it's very gentle. And actually, she's got a very kind of soft touch to her.
No.
She looks up at you and says, "Oh, my dear, now that is music to my ears, because I do the Lord's work, the gods. And you're very right, I do. And I must say, it's nice to find someone who actually appreciates that around here."
They wouldn't understand. They wouldn't understand elsewhere.
No, they never do. They never do. Now, Tell me, dearies, how can I help you?
I don't.
Earlier today, this Uriel, the man tried to stab him, and what if that happens again? Then he might die.
I wouldn't like that.
No, that would be a very bad outcome for such a handsome young man. So, here's what I suggest. And she goes and she starts turning out the pockets of her lab coat. And you see, she pulls out what looks like a rat that looks pretty in a bad way, but she puts it down on the table and goes. She pulls out some bearings, some iron filings, and then the rat starts to kind of shuffle its way towards the side. I think she goes out and sort of absentmindedly takes a box, puts it over the top of the rat, and then from the bottom of the lab coat pocket, she pulls out a tiny vial. Not tiny. It's about 4 inches long, sort of like a test tube, like a short test tube, which is sealed on the top. And then she says, "Wait 1 second, my dear," and passes it to you, Uriel. And then she goes and starts rummaging through her the rest of the boxes until she finds what looks like a sort of gun, like a small gun, with a needle on the end and a space which looks about the same size as this vial. Now, you take this, my dear. Now, all you need to do when you get into serious difficulties, or maybe no, I don't know. I mean, you're looking fine, fertile, but no touch of that. So, what I want you to do, when you feel the need, you're going to plug this wee vial into this little gun, and you're going to stab it into your neck, and tuk, and there you go. You'll be feeling right as rain in no time. I'm afraid I've only got one of these, though, so, be sparing. Off you go. Out you get. I've got a question.
I have one question. I am a robot. Would it work on me?
You are a robot, my dear. Well, I have to say, the nanite gods are wise, and their tinctures and their potions work just as well on any robot as they will on a human being, I'm afraid.
Chat of opportunity.
Nanite gods are wise. This is great.
What are you thinking, Ali, for what I'm assuming is a potion?
Yeah, what are we classing this as? A potion of minor healing or something?
Yes, he hands you this vial, and it is a potion of minor healing. So that would give you 2d4 plus 2 if you were to use it.
Cool.
And Uriel, you've taken that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Uriel, you've taken it, but you've not taken it, right?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. I mean, like it's in your inventory.
Immediately. Oh, thanks very much.
You don't need it.
I feel like a god. Nanite health potion. I think that needs to come up in the next D&D brief.
Yeah, absolutely. How do health potions work?
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Adrenaline? Are we thinking? But then that wouldn't work on a robot.
I mean, are you asking me?
Yeah.
No. We should do it.
Well, no, right now we can talk about it another time. We can talk about the D&D brief.
I really need to get like some klaxons or something for the start and end of a chat of opportunity.
Yes, that is what you need to do. I would say let's talk about it, another time. Because there's things to learn about.
Okay. I take it very, very gratefully. But, we must keep the weakness of the flesh. But we must keep it.
Sure, you're very right, my dear. And she turns and gives you a pretty generous wink, Uriel, and says, "Now off you go, off you pop. But should you be around Movers later tonight, I think, well, what can I say? You can show me your gratitude." And she
What is a Movers? As she's pushing me.
Movers? Oh, you sweet, my love. Movers is the place to be on a Saturday night down here. In fact, it's the place to be on any night.
What is a Saturday?
Well,
do I know what a Saturday is? A Saturday thing. Saturday might be a thing that I know. I assume it is.
Saturday is.
Oh, you're priceless, my dear. Oh, well, a Saturday is today. It's the day when the shuttles come. And I think you'll find this Saturday is a particularly special one because it's payday. And everyone who's everyone is going to be down Movers. And with that, she gently ushers you out of the door.
I have Right.
Well, I'm afraid it'll have to wait. I'll see you in Morvis. And the door closes.
Movers.
I like her.
Oh, okay.
So you're back standing outside.
Roughly what time is this, by the way? Did we say it was dusk?
It was dusk. As you come out of this, it's now night. It's dark. You can see these pinpricks of light in the sky, and the sky seems completely carpeted in them. There's an owl. Or the sound of an owl.
Owl!
With 4 legs?
Owl! Oh, freaking owls! We have on this
An owl?
And the stream of people who have been walking past has dried up a little bit. And you can see where all the commotion was, the building where people were circling around has now gotten really busy. There's a huge hubbub. There's people, figures walking up towards it. There's a lot of shouting and general sort of messing around up there. What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
I know what Emily wants to do.
Is there
Emily
forest
wants
on
to go
either
to the
side
party.
of the road?
Say that again, sorry?
Is there forest on either side of the road?
No. So on either side of the road are these colony pods that have been placed in quite a haphazard way.
Like behind them?
So behind them, make a perception check. Am I right in thinking that do you get advantage in low light conditions, or do you just see normally?
I only get disadvantage in...
But you might have night vision, no?
I actually have better vision at
Dark
night.
vision?
Yeah.
I have dark vision too.
But that's not
Yeah.
better vision. That's just...
No, it's just
that
you
it's
can
not a-
see rather
Yeah, it's
than...
just that you
Yeah.
can see even though it's dark,
Okay.
rather than having a disadvantage because it's dark. However, I did only roll a 6, so it's not fair.
Well, but with your dark vision, to you it's as though, it's just an overcast day, and you can see in the distance this chain link fence that's encircling the colony.
Oh, no. Oh.
And on the other side of that,
Oh, shit.
you can see the beginning of the tree line. And these aren't, the kind of trees that we would have here on Earth. They seem similar, but they're huge, like redwoods, these vast, towering sort of monuments. And their shadows are so long that they've already encompassed the base, or they did when it was sunset.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Using my knowledge of trees and the stars and like the positions of the stars in the sky, can Infinite Sky try and work out how many years it is since she remembers arriving at the planet?
Based on the stars?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, because the movement of the stars, right? She would, well, not saying she would, but one could feasibly, if you knew the trajectory, work out how much time had passed since you were last there.
So explain to me how you would like to do that. Like, how does that work exactly?
She's very clever. And no, so she, without giving away level 2 subclasses, the stars mean quite a lot to her. They're definitely a part of like her code and her knowledge base. So let's go with the stars. Maybe the easiest way to do it is to look at the trees, and with her knowledge of trees and how they grow, try and work out roughly how old they could be.
Roughly how old the trees could be.
Already know it's been almost 300 years since colonization.
But she doesn't really know that.
I thought that was a central date. Colonization was like...
No. 278 is colonization of
Braxigantu.
Braxigantu, and that's colonization, which doesn't necessarily mean...
Oh, sorry,
It's
I got that mixed up then. I thought that was a
Yes,
central reference date. Okay.
My point being that the trees presumably aren't 300 years old, and therefore any date you get is going to be is going to be more recent than colonization, and you want to know how much longer before that.
I do, but I know when I arrived at the planet.
Yeah.
Which you don't know, but I do know that.
So, Sky, you want to examine the trees to see if you can work out... Sorry, Infinity Sky. You want to examine the trees to see if you can work out, backdate yourself. From this distance, in the dark, you can't make out that kind of detail.
Sure. Maybe another day. Maybe later. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
I'll just sort of...
Tenna's looking like slightly concerned, and again just sort of like wincing, and just sort of like occasionally just sort of like shaking her head a little bit.
Are you okay?
I have headache now.
A headache?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh. We haven't really spoken very much, the three of us, have we? Are we just having a conversation in the street? We are kind of just in the street, aren't we? Yeah.
Conversation.
With the huge truck still rolling past.
Yeah. Oh!
We haven't spoken much, have we?
Thank you for getting me away from that man. I do not know who he was, but he claimed ownership of me, which is just incorrect.
Hang on, which one of us are you talking to? Sorry.
Both of you.
Oh.
You made them plants grow.
Yes, that's what I do.
That was very
Watch.
helpful.
And I'll go to the floor and I will druidcraft just like a little daisy to appear, and I'll pick it and give it to Nebris. Here you go.
Infinite Sky, you reach down into the darkness and the mud, and the grass is growing up, and you reach down and you place your hands on the floor, and for the first time you allow the sensation of the earth and the microscopic organisms within it, with the worms and the beetles and all the eggs and everything inside, the roots of the grass. You allow the sensation of that, the vibrations, the chemicals to seep up into your fingertips, and you feel for a seed. And when you've sensed one buried in the earth for some time, you reach out and you start to pump the right chemicals, and you add a little bit of electricity, and you feel the roots start to break free of the seed. And then the first leaf pushes its way up from the ground, and a single leaf opens between your hands.
Here you go.
Thank you. It is beautiful. Are you noble lady?
Noble? No. I am a droid. I am just...
Well, by your nature, you are noble. But why, if you don't mind me asking, why do you like life forms so much? Why do you like the organics?
Because, well, they're what everything's about. I am only here to make life better for them.
Uriel is really struggling to process that.
Oh, you've broken them. You've broken them.
You confuse me though. You are organic, but your arm, it doesn't. It's not.
My arm is the new me. As soon as I realised the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
Flesh is not weak. Flesh is the most powerful thing. You can feel things. You can understand things that no machine can.
But you would.
I don't know what's going on with me right now, but actually I wanted to talk to you about this. Do either of you have any background in mechanics? Maybe I should have talked to that lady. I think my emotional suppressor might be broken.
Can I... Would I know anything about that? Because it's a little different from what my character would have done in the past.
So what are you asking? What are you trying to do?
So you're okay. I want to know. Would I understand the insides of Infinite Sky like enough to potentially fulfill that request? So, for God's shit, sorry. That's not what I meant.
I know, but yeah, it was funny. Anyway,
Understand my insights.
No, stop.
So are you trying to remember back, trying to work out, if you've ever encountered anything like Infinite Sky before, or are you trying to examine Infinite Sky to see if you can work out how she works?
Yeah, the latter. Working out, is this a system that I would know how to tinker with?
Well, I would say roll an investigation check, but Infinite Sky, do you allow him to start investigating you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is getting worse before it gets better.
I know.
Right, hang on. Oh, I am not very good. True to form, I'm not very good at investigating this stuff. That is a 6.
You pass your hands across the once smooth plates that cover Infinite Sky. They're chipped and scratched now. You can feel that there are places where the plates meet, that it's not completely smooth, but you have no way of working out what's inside. Even though you can see well at night, you can't see that deep inside those things. And apart from that, she seems to be perfectly smooth.
Sorry, you just did this with your hands.
Perfectly smooth.
Perfectly smooth.
Perfectly smooth.
Well, thank
Feels
you.
like she's
Never
wearing
again
nothing
shall
at
I
all.
describe Infinite Sky.
Why do
So
you
that's-
have emotional?
All the insects, they've gone!
Where is all the life form?
Well, as you say that,
Oh,
sorry,
fuck!
before
An ecological
I turn-
catastrophe is the last thing
We're
we
all
need.
dead. Oh no.
the insects, you don't hear the which you were hearing before. The insects do seem to have left. The air is a bit clearer, and the of the trucks has stopped. Their lights are no longer raking their way along the road. Really, activity in the camp seems to have died down. And you're just left here on the outskirts in the almost mostly darkness, with the wind whipping at your clothes and the wetness of the grass on your feet.
A lot of air here.
Yes, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Why you have broken suppressor? Why you have suppressor? Why emotional suppressor? What is this?
Well, because advanced AIs, it's bad for us to be able to feel things, as evidenced by my behavior. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. So I should probably try and switch it back on at some point.
That would explain why you feel that you must help the weaker forms.
No, that's not an emotion. That's my programming. That is how I am.
Okay, it might be internalized. But at any rate, So, it's getting dark. If we're going to go and look after these smugglers, not look after them, take them out.
Aren't we going to the party?
What is our secret cover story? Because she said, don't tell people that you are
Yes.
out to get them. So
We did
you know,
tell that to
well,
that
apart
lady.
from Chort, who does not count, we will need story for cover story. So
Okay,
I
yeah.
think we are 3 archaeologists who are looking for fossils.
Fossils. I've heard of fossils. I don't tend to go to places that have fossils.
You mean like out of production automobiles, stuff like that?
Old things in the rock, because it might be in the magnetite. So we will look for small old things in the rock, and that is our job. And then no one will suspect. So
Well, you're clearly the best at talking here, because people are not my specialty, and we've got a malfunctioning, I think, droid going on here.
Just starts sparking. No.
So if maybe if you're the archaeologist and we are we dig. We're the helpers who dig.
you dig.
I could be your droid who is here to help you.
And Ten will look slightly nervously at Uriel, having seen what happened the last time someone tried to claim ownership of Infinite Sky.
No, but you wouldn't be my owner, as I belong to TerraCorp, as we've discussed. But I think I could try and pretend or
Yes.
lie. Some might call it lying.
Okay, so
lying.
someone will say, hello, who are you?
Infinite Sky 6000, serial number 9691, I remember it, 9726 PMGB 1530ML.
And why are you here in this place?
I'm here to terraform. No, I am
Infinite
here.
Sky, as you're trying to formulate this answer, and you're looking into this strange young woman's face, you start to feel the intensity of her gaze. It's almost it's making it hard to think. It's difficult when she's looking at you like this.
So sorry. I've just never really spoken to a biological creature before, and I'm just getting quite emotional about it. And this is so strange.
No, you can do it.
This feeling, I've never. Wow. I'm sad, and I'm quite happy about it. Is that weird? Is that normal? I don't.
As this is happening, Uriel and Tenebris, you look at the surface of Infinite Sky, and you can see that the plates, which were before a beautiful starry night sky, start to flicker as though other images are intruding. Infinite Sky, would you like to describe what they see?
Yes, I think you just sort of see clouds start to form over the night sky. Maybe not necessarily with. I think in this time it's just like a grey sky, and like her entire body sort of it turns into a cloudy grey sky of just sort of almost confusion, but maybe with hints of like lightning in the clouds, but nothing too dramatic. But the stars are gone. Simon, I saw that on Twitch. Did you?
Yes.
Simon just went to put a thing up and my face was gone. It was just a picture of infinity.
It was a minor misplay that nobody needed to notice.
As you're having this discussion, standing on the edge of this camp, you hear from behind you, from inside the colony pod, donk, 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 crash, ding, 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 something big. Oh dear, come. And then, gang, the door swings open. Oh, my dears, you're still here.
Turtle.
I thought she went
What?
to the pub.
Immediately
What
back to
have
stars.
you been doing with your
minute she
time?
arrives.
And she reaches out because she's standing at the top of these little steps. There's like 3 steps that lead up to the door, so she's sort of your height now. She reaches out with her this big enveloping hug, and she pulls the 3 of you together into her and says, "My dears, we're going to Malvers!" And at that point, I think we'll have a break.
Oh no.
Oh,
Just before we go to break, can I just say, as she like hugs everyone, including Infinity, her skyscape turns blue sky, clouds,
wow.
fluffy white clouds, just pure happiness.
Ali, is it your intention to put at least one social situation that I, in real life, despise into every episode?
Touching robots, or
Yeah, famously, don't like to touch robots.
visiting the medicanic.
Right. Okay. So we're going to go for a quick 5-minute break. So we'll be back after what you're going to now see is, if you're watching on Twitch, our science check, and then there'll be a quick break,
Science
and then
check.
there'll be another science check before we come back.
Science check, don't miss it.
We'll be
We should
back in about
from break on time.
5 minutes. Okay. We'll be back with the second half of the action. All right, bye.
Thanks, everyone.
In our D&D campaign on our world of Braxigantu, we've encountered a mining colony. Now, extraterrestrial mining might sound like something from science fiction, but it's something we're probably going to see in our solar system in the next couple of decades. The solar system is full of terrestrial bodies like planets and moons and asteroids that are chock full of resources that humans like to use. It's hypothesized that the asteroid belt in our solar system between Mars and Jupiter contains about 8 million times as much iron as the Earth. So if you could extract even a tiny percentage of that iron, it could completely revolutionize how we make stuff here on Earth. But what if you were to look for other metals, like for example gold or platinum, that are incredibly valuable here on Earth because of their scarcity? If you were to suddenly bring back hundreds of tons of gold from the asteroid belt, what happens to how we perceive gold here on Earth? How valuable will it be? For more Dungeons & Dragons and science action, check out RPGeeks on twitch.tv/Dr. Simon Clark on Thursdays at 7 PM. We're live every week.
In Dungeons and Dragons and Science, my character, Infinite Skies 6000, is a terraforming druid droid who uses stem cells in order to cast her spells. Stem cells are cells that have the potential to develop into a different type of cell. Now, stem cells that have the ability to produce the entire spectrum of cells found in an organism are known as totipotent. In most animals, the only cell that is truly totipotent is the fertilized egg. In contrast, many plant cells continue to be totipotent throughout a plant's life, which is why plants can be propagated from a small bit of tissue or even a single cell. Virtually all tissues of a plant descend from small groups of stem cells present in the meristems, specialized structures found at the tips of shoots and roots. These plant stem cells never undergo aging, but continuously give rise to new specialized and unspecialized cells, and can regenerate throughout their lifetime.
And we're back. So here we are, stood in the foothills of the McKinsey Mountains. Our characters standing outside one of these colony pods in this strange colony in the woods on the mountains. They've been talking to each other, getting deep, learning things about each other, and then bang, the door flown open, and the ebullient, short, calm hand has wrapped them up in a big hug and has decided to take them all to Movers. So,
the amount of progress has been astonishing this session, as this group normally does.
Yeah.
Classic.
So,
We're getting to know each other, that's important.
Yeah.
As you're standing there, this short woman comes out, stocky, with this massive hug. Come on now, off we go! And starts to usher you towards this rabble, this raucous, sort of noisy, shipping container-sized colony pod in the middle of the colony.
Oh.
So do you guys just go with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like a good way to get information, even if I'm not very happy about it.
Okay, well, and she talks to you, she babbles away. Oh, yes, well, it's so nice to see fresh faces around here, because I'll tell you one thing, as we do get roughly the same sort of people, and you three, you look very, very different, I have to say. So tell me now, what is it that you're doing here? And she gives you a big wink.
I am here to help Tenebris
We are diggers. We dig.
We dig.
for fossils.
We are archaeologists.
You're archaeologists. Well, I've never actually found a single fossil on Braxigantu, and I'm born and bred here, and I've been around a bit, I tell you that. But
How long have you been here?
well, you never ask a woman how long she's been in a certain place.
I'm just trying to work out how long I've been here.
Fossils was such a bad plan. Why did I say fossils?
On a planet
sorry.
that has only just been, terraformed.
I forgot!
I thought that was a joke.
No!
I don't exactly know how long you've been here, my dear, but I'll tell you what, I've been here a fair few years, enough to know the place, I'll tell you that. Very interesting. I love this area, and as you see walking, she's pushing you towards you, you can hear the sound of the rabble sort of building up around you. Oh, yeah, what are you doing there? Oh, you can't. I tell you what, Jacob, you come with me, we're going to have a real good time, I tell you that. Oh, these people moving in and out and busting past you, poof, you get shoulder checked by a bulky looking individual, poof, who just comes out, and then on all fours on the ground, vomits this pool of black liquid on the floor.
Black. Jaeger.
Short just gingerly steps around him. Don't worry about him. I'm afraid he's a little bit the worse for wear. Aren't you, Ari? Aren't you? The Corey Hurst, they don't take it well.
Do you need help?
Are you asking me, my dear?
Yes.
You paid me.
Oh no, I didn't mean. Oh, I just thought maybe. No, okay, fine.
We just step over the drunk guy on the floor.
Yeah.
You manage to step over them and push onwards into the crowds, and you get there, and as you reach the door, you see that the front of this pod is unlike the other ones that you've seen. So as you approach, you hear the sound of all of this this rabble, and
the bar is full of wolves.
Roll initiative.
and you can see that the outside is covered in graffiti. Like, it's just all sorts and colors and strange words. And does anybody here read Dwarvish?
I do. Well, go out of character a little bit, what are we classing Dwarvish as in this world? Because my character is a dwarf, but that's purely because of how we're rolling cybernetics.
Right. So, Dwarvish in this would, because it's essentially a cultural thing that you're asking, right? It's not to do with the race; it's to do with the kind of culture, and the kind of culture which would be.
It's almost like machine scrap code. It's almost like there's like print, fuck the Tories, end quotation.
It is a bit like that. So you know the way that in kind of classic fantasy, Dwarvish is quite linear and sort of scratch marky. It's got that kind of like angularity to it. So this one is basically, it's almost like a kind of patois. It's a mix of some kind of human languages and human letters, but also mixed in with that you have bits of kind of ... digital code, and also some other kind of computer languages, and then bits of kind of actual sort of lines of code sort of written as though they were part of a sentence. So if you can read Dwarvish, that's what you can read.
But like graffiti.
Yeah, but this is all, this isn't like written in, whatever the
Cool.
What's the font that they use in. Anyway, it's not written in that. It's all
Computer
kind
modern,
of
the latest
Wingdings.
Yeah, it's all sort of swirls. Yeah, and you can read Wingdings is one of these things that's part of it. It's a sort of, it's like a comedy reference. That Wingdings is this sort of like, and it's it's slang. And
Can that be druidic? Can druidic be wingdings?
Why is druidic wingdings?
No.
Because it doesn't make any sense to anyone other than druids.
Yeah.
So there's this stuff all graffitied all over the walls in these kind of big colours, and some of them are quite faded. You can see dents and like pock marks in the walls. And some parts of it have been clearly replaced. You can see plates of metal have been hammered in over what looked like they could have been massive sort of gouges torn out of this pod. And as you look inside through the door, can I have a party order, please, as we go in? First, Short is going first.
Can I try and decipher the Dwarvish? Sorry, because if that is our definition of Dwarvish within the world, then I'm pretty sure my character would be able to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot there, but the main sort of the large piece of graffiti that's written on is it says, "Go home, floaters. Not here, never here."
Whoa.
Okay.
Stumbled into something here.
Uh-oh. Okay. What's a floater?
Go home,
Let's find out.
floaters.
Don't want to find out.
I have a horrible feeling we'll all end up being floaters, but I don't know.
I'm definitely going to sink.
Oh god.
And so, who's going first?
What?
I'll go behind Chortle.
Okay.
I'll go at the back.
10 is a little bit hesitant, but will let herself get swept along.
All right. As you enter, the fog hits you. It's hot. It's steamy. You can see bits of condensation on the walls. It stinks. It's bad breath, beer, sweat. As you look around, there's bodies everywhere. People pushing and shouting, people clapping each other on the back. You can see there's two people sort of wrestling on the floor and a couple of people standing around them. Hey, get him, do it, no! Oh my God! Why would you bet on him? And then, and filled with dunk, 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 clank, clank, bang, bang, dung, as different prosthetics and cybernetic pieces of people hit into the sides, the metal sides of this room.
How big is the room? Sorry, because I'd imagine this to be like a shipping container.
Yes. So that's the next thing you notice as you walk in. You realise that it's much deeper than you would imagine a shipping container to be. So if you imagine a shipping container as a sort of long side and a short side, the door is in the long side. So you've walked in, so it feels like it should be quite shallow, but it goes back a long way.
Like a lot of shipping containers in a row going
exactly back. Right. And Uriel, as you're trying to process this, you look up at the walls and you see just burn marks and welding, really rubbish welding. You look at it with your appraising eye of at the join marks, but where it looks like these containers have been welded together.
Way too much butane.
Inside, the graffiti covers the walls as well. There's some in Dwarfish, and there's some in other languages as well that you don't recognize.
Any of us recognize them?
I'm just gonna check whether any of you do recognize that. Tell us, what do you recognize? What do you all recognize?
I have Common, Druidic, and Elvish.
Okay.
I have Undercommon, Elvish, and Deep Speech in common.
I think I just have Common and Dwarvish. Yes.
So you don't. You recognize Uriel. You recognize the Dwarfish, but the other stuff it seems alien to you. So you can see these unreadable tags everywhere. Some of the Dwarfishes tends to be these vicious comments, and all splayed across the back wall, you see a vast mural of this snarling beast with these huge clawed arms covered in sort of thick hide with hair coming out all across like a mane from the top of its head all the way down its back, reaching forward for what looks like a human, a huge muscular human, tall, carrying a vast gun, and who's just mowing into this creature.
Is it a wolf? Are you describing a giant wolf?
Make a nature check.
Can I make a nature check too?
To see if it's a wolf?
To see if it's anything I recognise in my database.
Okay.
I get a 15.
15?
It's a natural one.
A natural one. Infinite Sky, you look at it, it's completely bizarre to you. What is this thing?
That's weird.
Uriel, you look at it as well. You've heard of wolves. You know, they turn up in the stories that you've been told as a child. This doesn't strike you as a wolf. You don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like a wolf to you. The whole place is lit with yellow strip lights that hang from the ceiling, and they sway slightly because the whole shipping container is vibrating just a bit with all of the feet banging on the surface. The whole thing is shaking just a little bit. So that's shaking the lights, which is throwing these flickering shadows all over the walls. And it feels like, you know, the whole colony's here, packed shoulder to shoulder, jostling at the bar, these shouts, this thunderous swearing, and all this spilt beer and perspiration mix, and they're running down bare muscular chests over these scratched metal implants. There's coats that have been put on seats and tables. You know, there's like a random shoe just in the middle of the floor, and you hear these shouts, "Gas another! You're a dumb lucky son! Oh, you ghost crap, I love ya!" All this going on around you. Just to give you an idea of what the space looks like, in front of you, there are 6 tables, so a row of 3, and a row of 3 behind that. And then behind those is the bar.
Okay. Sounds like you're describing a battle map.
Yeah, that's
what
very
worries me.
specific,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, I can really picture that.
So sorry, no, actually, can you say it again though? So there's just because now I feel like it's important.
I cannot really picture it.
In front of you, there's a row of 3 tables, which are bolted to the floor, and which have chairs next to them. Sorry, not chairs, benches, which are also bolted to the floor. And then behind the first row is another row of 3 tables, so there's 6 tables in total, and then behind that is the bar.
Got you. I've drawn a picture.
The bar's a round thing in the middle, right? Like,
Or is it like a wall bar or like a?
It's a wall bar. It's a wall bar at the back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, this sounds like every
right, yes.
German Christmas market beer
Imagine
garden.
the Union.
Okay. Is there any? Can we see any extra doors that are leaving? Like, is there another room that might be
Simon's
behind
looking for a
something?
way out already.
Make a perception
How do I
check.
get out of here?
Both me and my character do not like this.
Uriel would like to leave.
Oh, perception. Hello. That's a 18. What? These dice are great, by the way.
Can I have them?
as you're following Short towards the bar, you've been jostled and pushed around. You skid a little bit on the floor, but you're clear and calm in your head, and you're thinking ways out, escapes, exits. You look past the bar. On the wall behind, which looks like a thin partition wall, you can see a small door. Yeah.
So it looks like there may be another room behind, I think.
The door does not look like a door to the outside. It's a different kind of door from the one that you came in.
Okay.
So Chortle, what do we do?
What do you do, love? You're priceless. You come to the bar with me and you get yourself a drink. Come on.
A drink. Genuine question for Ali. Do I need to eat and drink? Is that something I do/should do, or is that just going to be liquid in my circuits?
I mean, how would a terraforming robot system?
We haven't really chatted about this. So
you don't know.
Okay, cool, great. Oh,
so, presumably the robot's it's like the start of WandaVision. Right. I will try.
I'll see. Okay. I don't know if I can. You're a medicanic? Is that something you would expect a droid to be able to do?
It's very, very loud around you, and Short's she's almost got away from you a little bit. She's reaching for the bar. Yes, what is it, dear?
Do you think I can drink without dying?
I think you'll be absolutely fine, my love. And then she just turns to the bar and starts. She starts hammering on the bar. Goosty, we've got guests. Yeah.
Chort, just tapping on the shoulder, do they do food at all? Do they do nutrient paste or anything like that?
Oh well, you'll have to ask. You'll have to ask Goosty, I'm afraid. I'm not the barkeeper here, my love.
I feel like she's just got these three very awkward people all standing behind her, being like, "Hello, yes, we're here too now."
And the whole range of enthusiasm from, "Oh, hello, yes, I'm C-3PO. I'd like to learn about human relations." To me, being I would like some nutrient paste to get out, please.
Aww.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
where's Ten?
You stand there.
Where's Tenebris gone?
Yes, Tenebris, where are you?
I'm here. And I'm waiting. I'm sort of waiting to see if she's gonna pay for the things. It's my current worry. So I'm kind of looking slightly awkward and nervous about that.
Okay. Chortle bangs on the bar. And behind the counter, you see a woman pacing. She looks a little bit older than most of the people here. There's sort of strands of white running through her greasy black hair, and her eyes are creased with laughter lines. They're small, deep set in her face, and these huge crinkles that come out from the side. And as Chortle bangs on the bar top, this woman turns, looks over, raises a hand, and starts walking over. And as she walks, there's a and you hear, and you can see that she's limping on her right leg. You hear this dunk. She walks over. She's wearing a studded leather jacket, all done up the front, and there's an image stitched into it. Is anybody trained in history?
I'm quite good at it.
I'm quite good at it. Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to roll a history check, then you can.
Both of us, or just
both of you can, or one of you can help the other.
4, so 8.
I got a natural 1.
Woo!
That's the first one of the session.
I haven't rolled above an 8 so far today, so what's going on?
You look at it. The image is a triangle, and it's filled with flames, and it looks pretty impressive, but you don't know what it means.
I've been drawing a lot of pictures this session.
Goosty, meet my friends. They want a drink. I want a drink. You give me my usual and sort these lovely 3 people out with whatever they want. And she turns to you, George, and says, "Now, I'm off. and you'll know where to find me. And she points over to the two people wrestling on the floor and then starts just elbowing her way
Takes her
towards
clothes
them.
off.
Oh, Reggie gets the jelly.
Yeah, as you watch her go, you see her go, and then as she joins the circle of people, you hear, "Hey, Josie, she's here, yeah! Oh, yeah! Go on, oh.
Oh my god. We need to keep Chortle forever.
This bar is the worst.
Hello to Gertus? What was the name? Gert?
It's Gusti.
Gusti. Sorry, I don't know why I wrote Gert. Gusti. Hello. I've never had a drink before. What would you recommend?
Pressure.
You are the kind of customer I love in here.
Oh, good.
Might I suggest, and she throws a kind of theatrical hand out to the three. There's only 3 pumps at the bar, and there's no drinks behind it.
Amazing.
There's just 3 pumps, and they're barrels stacked at the back. She says, "We've got crud. We've got chain guard course for the fancy ones, and zombie porter. What's your pick?"
Zombie porter.
That's right.
I looked to the other two.
Infinity,
I don't know what any of those mean.
you have credit chip?
I don't know. Oh no.
Because they will need payment. You cannot get for free, I think.
Oh, well, we're being paid, aren't we, for our job?
Well, not yet. Paid after, so that is
Oh,
not
do
so
you
helpful.
have a credit chip?
Yes, but it does not have so much money.
Oh no, sorry. Is Chortle paying for us to Gusti?
Wow.
Genuinely curious.
Gusti, leaning over the bar, throws her head back and laughs this this huge, booming laugh, and then just looks over at the corner where Chortle's gone, and you can see that Chortle's already taking off her jacket, and she's screwing something into her arm.
Oh my god.
She's a machine. She's a monster. I love her. Is that a yes?
No.
Oh, I have no money.
I think we didn't. I think we could probably get some credit from Reeve. Do you know Reeve?
No.
Welcome to Uriel Plays Our Cover in every place we go.
You do not want to see my charisma stat.
Mate, you don't see mine.
Yes, I know Reeve.
Yeah,
I'm gonna elbow Uriel. Does Uriel keep talking?
hang on. Let me roll. Let me just work out if he does or not. It's off the table. It doesn't count. Yeah, he keeps talking. Yeah.
As you get like one more word out, you just hear the word "no" in your head, just very forcefully.
Sorry.
Sorry, Uriel, you were saying something, Uriel.
Yeah.
No.
So,
And then you stopped.
We are not yet paid, so we do not yet have the credit. So we will.
Gusti, could we pay you later?
Well, normally I'd say no. But for you, you pay me later. But you'll be having a zombie porter. In fact, all of you'll be having zombie porter. There's enough of it.
That sounds great.
Do you actually have water? I just water would be fine.
Again, you get this. This huge booming laugh, and she reaches over and she pulls you in, and she gives you this big hug, Uriel. She says, "This man, make a. What's your passive perception?"
A comedy check for how funny she finds you.
Passive perception is 11.
Right. Okay, so she pulls you
Mine's
in,
quite high.
and you feel, the strength of her. She's incredibly well muscled. She's big, and but also you feel there's something else. There's a hardness, a tautness to her that feels almost unnatural, right? But it's only on the left-hand side of her body. You just feel something that's just almost too hard. It can't be muscle. And then she releases you. 3 portals for the lucky lads. And ladette, obviously.
Right.
And then
I am a droid.
she walks off and starts pouring this liquid. And
She seems lovely.
Do you guys think we should maybe eat? We don't know if we're going up to the mountains. Maybe do they have an
Never
app?
eaten before.
I doubt you need to be honest.
No, I don't think I do.
Tenebris, did you want to order on the app or something? I just feel like we should probably we should probably get some food.
Codes around that I'm sure you could scan and.
Tenebris, I think you're muted.
No, maybe I'm just quiet.
There you go.
Sorry, I will be louder. Yes, we should take food.
Yeah. Gus, do you have nutrient paste? Either type 1 or type 2. They'd both be fine.
Without even looking at you, she reaches a hand down under the bar and pulls out a tub of something. It's just a bucket, basically, with a handle. She pulls it out, poof, on the table. Inside, you can see a soft grey sort of substance. Looks a bit rubbery.
Oh, perfect. It's type 1. I prefer type 1, actually.
Is it?
Can we? Oh, it's all the nutrients you need. It's your basic proteins and carbohydrates, and a little bit of fat in there just to spice it up. But it's enough to keep you working through the day. That's the important
It's
thing.
like what I restock with if I need to reload my substances.
Yes, but that's the purity of you. You see, you don't have these constraints. You can keep going forever without food.
No, I could keep going, but what I create, I need to replenish.
Dong, dong.
Thank you.
Three metal tankards, bang, 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 land on the bar front in front of you. Inside, you can see liquid swirling. It's got a sort of deep orangey kind of texture. It's pretty much opaque, and you can just see swirling around in it what looks like iron filings.
Oh. Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything untoward about this? Like an investigation.
That would be an investigation check. So what are you looking for?
I want to see if there's like... I'm not from a culture that does drinking as like a casual thing, so I'm inherently distrustful.
You could roll an investigation check, or you could maybe roll a history check about this zombie porter.
I'll do a history check, because it is a better statistic. Let's see. It's off the table, it doesn't count.
I don't have any kind of spell that could do this, but can I investigate maybe by like scanning it or something before I drink? Just seems like, have you choked on your dice?
I think I choked on my headphones. Sorry. The cable got wrapped around my neck.
Stop.
Simon, don't die.
I didn't want to take the headphones out because I didn't want to miss out on anything. And then when I reached to get it was just far enough that it like tightened around my neck. Anyway, don't roll off the table.
That's a dice tray.
Yeah, I do need to.
Nice try.
I got a 17 on a history check.
Nice.
Nice.
I really love this dice. It was worth nearly dying for.
Wow.
Have you got a loaded dice?
Infinite Sky, you are also rolling some sort of investigation check.
I'd like to investigate it. It's some kind of like, well, I'm thinking more robotic, just like some kind of scan that I could maybe do. But I also understand that in the future that might become a bit weird if I'm just like, can I scan it and work out what it is?
You can try and work out what it is using the tools which your specific robotic form has available. Right. So you could maybe try and roll a nature check to see if it's anything natural. That's about as much.
Yeah,
or you
I'll
can
try
just
that.
investigate it.
Okay. No, I'll
so
try that.
Uriel, sorry, what did you roll again? A 17?
17, yeah.
Different dice.
Okay. You have
I
heard.
also got a 17 on nature.
Nice.
Uriel, you have heard of Zombie Porter. You've heard of it because it's the only thing that they serve in the base where you work. In fact, the only reason it's the only thing they serve is because alcohol is not allowed. So this is brewed and no one really knows who does it. You've never found out. you've never known anyone who's found out. It just sort of appears, but it's kind of pervasive. And you do know that you've never drunk any before, but you know that those that do tend to suffer. But you're not sure about.
So you're saying it turns up everywhere, nobody knows who makes it, and it's non-alcoholic.
Solve the mystery.
Is this piss?
I didn't say it's non-alcoholic. I did not say that.
Oh,
I did.
okay.
No. It's alcohol isn't allowed, but you can get this stuff under the table.
Oh god.
Someone is selling the, what's it called when it's all
Moonshine?
Zombie
Eggs.
porter.
No.
Sorry?
Moonshine,
Bootlegging,
isn't it, when it's illegal
moonshine,
alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
It's all it's moonshine.
Okay, and Infinite Sky, you just reached your finger just into the top of the liquid. And again, you reach out with your senses. You try and sense for the natural elements of it to try and work out where nothing, absolutely nothing. This liquid appears to be entirely artificial. There is nothing natural about this whatsoever.
There is nothing natural about this whatsoever.
You have not drunk before because you are a robot, right?
Correct. Yes.
Uriel, you have drunk before alcohol?
Only on very limited occasions, and it wasn't really something I should have done.
But you are old.
I'm not
Why
that
shouldn't
old.
you have drunk alcohol?
But it's a depravity of the fresh thing. You wouldn't you particularly, my lady, wouldn't understand. It's
Please stop calling me my lady. I'm just a robot.
yeah,
But you have no hair, so you are old.
Did you lose it because you're drunk?
No. I removed my hair. That's gone. That's a biological weakness I didn't need anymore.
Hair? I don't have hair.
But you can't grab onto a bald head in a fight, can you? You slide right off like this, and I just demonstrate like.
I just start doing it to my own head as well. Like, yes, I see.
You are too young. You are not allowed to drink.
No. I could drink, but legally, but not in terms of the ship workers. That wasn't something that we did.
What about you, Tenebris? Have you drunk before?
Well, not really, only a little. But before, when I was too young, and then you're not allowed when you're a child to drink, and then I was working, and you're not allowed when you're working to drink. So I just thought, maybe is there someone who knows about drinking before we?
No, none of us seem to. So I guess we should just go for it. Maybe this is just what drinking is. It's drinking one of these things. It's not natural at all. I thought alcohol was made from natural things, right? But this doesn't seem to, so we should just probably drink it.
Okay, if you think.
Well,
Yes?
drinking with two other strangers in a bar that I've never been in before with a substance I don't particularly trust.
Why don't you trust it?
Well, because never mind.
Okay.
We still
no.
drink.
I was really relying on you there to be like, maybe don't. But let's do it.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it.
I drink it.
Okay. Do you, Infinite Sky, you lift
Down it,
up
Android!
tankard.
Just tip it over myself. Don't know how to drink. Just pour it on my head.
Yeah, why? You wouldn't know, actually.
Is that what you do?
Let me roll. Hang on. Above a 10, and I drink it normally. Under 10, I pour it on my head. I pour it on my head. I got a 6. I pour it on my head.
Wow.
Cheers.
I go,
You lift.
okay.
Na zdrowie. You lift up this tankard, and with and as you're lifting it up with both, you need both hands to do it. As you raise it above your head, the character next to you, he looks over at you with just slowly furrows his brow slightly. You turn to him, give him a friendly smile, and then upend this tankard all over your head. And
Wow. I feel fantastic. I don't know about everyone else.
And it's wet. You can feel some sort of there's some sort of residual something, kind of powder maybe, or some sort of shavings, sort of work their way through the cracks in your between your shields and
God.
Like to think
sort
I'm
of
waterproof,
sink
just
into
to
your.
You'd have thought not, wouldn't you?
Well,
But
at
apparently
one
not.
point-
Otherwise, if it
probably
rains,
were.
I'm fucked.
Not filings proof though, are
Yeah.
you?
But okay, that's fine.
Whatever's in
They
here.
sort of,
is
but they only sort of sit on the surface, like they sit underneath
Right,
the
Underneath the
plates. They
plates,
don't
yeah.
actually enter you.
Oh. Is this what it's like?
What does it taste like?
What does it taste like, Ali?
DM, what does it taste like?
Have you drunk it as well?
Oh yeah, I drank it at the same time, but I put it in my mouth.
Oh, so you all drank at the same
Yeah,
time?
we all drank
yes,
it. Like,
yes.
Oh, right. As you're watching this,
Wise.
Uriel, you lift the tankard up, and it's heavy to you. You've held, tankards of water. You've held even tankards of beer on occasion. This
Fucking
feels
iron in it.
heavier. And you lift it up and pour it into your mouth. And
Cool.
Tenebris, you feel the same thing. It's
Not
kind of
very strong.
viscous. It's a bit sticky, almost like cough syrup. And it's got it has a strong metallic taste, but on top of that is a deep sort of like a kind of artificial herbal scent, a bit like you might get from a shower gel, which is supposed to be sort of lemon or lime flavored.
No.
And as you drink it, you feel it coating the inside of your gullet and the fumes rising off it. Well,
Please don't die.
not only do they make you cough, but also they kind of clear the sinuses. It's actually quite nice. And then, as you drink, do you keep drinking it?
I'm going to try and get
I'm
away
not
with
on
drinking as little as possible. I am here for the nutrient paste, and that is basically it.
Okay.
I'll have a second sip because can't just have one sip.
So you go back in for the second sip, and then the second time, it's actually all right on the second shot. The palate's been numbed a bit, it feels like, and you're not getting quite so much of the kind of deep metallic earthy notes, and you're starting to get a bit more of that herbal scent, and you get the same kind of emptying of the sinuses and a sort of clarity. It feels
for my
good.
headache?
Uh,
No, do I feel
It-
any?
Not yet, no.
Oh, some more then.
Oh no.
Down
Okay.
it, down it, down
All right,
it.
so Tenebris, you're drinking this, and Uriel, you're just holding on to this.
I'm holding on to this to
tankard?
try and look the part. I am very awkwardly standing at the bar.
When I see what they've done and how they've drunk
Oh.
it, I'm just gonna get the cup and just start pretending that I'm still drinking it while it's just like trickling down.
Darling.
Like,
Oh.
As you do this, you see the man on the other side of you slowly raise his arm. Another porter, please.
no, I think I'm fine. Actually, don't worry. It's
And you see Gusti start to pour another porter.
thank you. Yeah, I'll drink it.
Right. So, as you're stood there, you have a chance to look around and examine the crowd. You see that almost all of these people, they're cybernetically modified in some way, be it an eye, be it a part of their skin. You see Josephine from the medicanics downing what doesn't look like zombie porter, but it's certainly a jug of something, and sort of trying to move her new arm. You see lots of different kinds of people all wearing thick winter wear. But there is one person who stands out. On a bar stool, right at the end of the bar, is someone much shorter, a much shorter figure, almost the size of like a 10-year-old, sort of 9-year-old, 10-year-old child. And they have they too are wearing these thick clothes, but theirs seem to be much nicer. It seems to be quite kind of like expensive. It's thick, it's fur lined, and it comes all the way down over their knees. And they've got these massive, oversized, knobbly boots on, and there's a slight sort of space between them and everybody else. Their head, yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
just you said they're the size of a 9 or 10-year-old child. They don't look like a child. though, correct?
No, they seem to. They look like an adult. Their head is perfectly spherical and bald.
Sorry, they have a cue ball for a head.
There's
Do they have
lack of
facial
hair
features?
around here?
Except they do. Yes, they. Yes, they're not just a.
I just
Yeah,
imagine
they
just
do,
a
sorry,
ball,
no, yeah.
like the
You said
bits man.
spherical. Like, do you mean literally
Perfect-
spherical?
Perfectly
Or
spherical with
metaphorical?
features attached.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But are they like 2D
human
features? Are they painted on?
Or do they have like a nose that comes out
they,
of the
they
ball?
are
Like-
they are slightly squashed. So the eyes are a little bit set forward, the nose is a little bit squashed, and the chin is a little bit sunken in. Yeah.
This is nightmare fuel. This is absolute nightmare fuel.
This is mean.
Only if they're a horrible
And-
person and try and kill us.
And their head is very, very deeply lined and wrinkled. It's almost like a sort of spherical raisin.
Oh.
It's a ball sack.
I'm writing down spherical raisin.
It's a ball sack head.
No, no, no! What have you
It's just a
done?
ball sack with a face.
No.
Raisin.
It was
Spherical
hairless, you said though,
raisin.
yeah?
Stop it!
Oh, a raisin.
Stop it! I don't, Simon.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yes, hairless.
Like a spherical raisin.
Does it look like it's been waxed or shaved, or is it just
Why are
naturally
we asking?
hairless?
This is not.
I'm being
Make a perception check.
That was absolutely Emily, but yeah, sure.
So, like, is there evidence of some sparse hair?
9. I rolled a 3. 9.
You can't tell. It's difficult to see because of the wrinkling.
Kind of glad. Kind of glad.
A wrinkling.
And but what you do see is that behind one ear, again, so their ears are actually strangely long. They're quite they almost sort of go down, almost like straps of a sort of bicycle helmet. They go all the way down the side like that. And tucked behind one of them is a pen. And in one of their hands, they hold a notebook. And they're jiggling their leg.
Ball sack boy.
No. Spherical raisin.
Sorry.
Spherical raisin person.
Spherical raisin.
Gusty,
Goosey isn't there. She's still pouring your
Oh.
porter.
the person next to me then that was smiling at me earlier. Hello.
He wasn't smiling at you.
Oh, well, looked at me. Sorry, the person I smiled at. Hello, who is that down there?
Oh.
He takes a long swig of his drink, looks at you, slowly turns his
Thank you
head.
for the drink. I'm so sorry, I didn't say thank you. Thank you so much for my drink.
He nods very slowly, looks to the left at this raisin-headed individual, and then looks back to you and shrugs.
Oh, thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Have you seen the person? Question for Ali: do they look like we could discern a gender, or we just?
They do not. You couldn't say which way. It doesn't. They're not clearly one or the other.
Have you drawn it, Simon?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to... If I... Oh, I'm going to need to change the focus. There we go.
Oh wow, that's quite good.
Nice.
I like
Ball
it.
sack boy.
Yeah.
As you can clearly
What
see...
I've drawn today is
Ball sack
is
boy.
the triangle with the fire in,
That's very nice.
and this is
too.
my battle map that I assume.
That's very nice.
Oh, I've got one of those. Hang on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
Very nice. Yeah.
Sorry, podcast listeners.
Yes,
We are
podcast
showing
listeners,
our
use your
drawings at the moment.
So can I, at this point, can I turn to Tenebris and be like, Ten, was that your... Did you talk to me earlier? When we were ordering, was that your voice?
I don't know which time you're talking.
Well, when I was saying that, and I'm like, wise wide, that thing that we're not saying.
Oh, please don't say that.
Well,
We
that's
are
why I didn't say it. I replaced. I
archaeologists.
didn't say that we were sent here by Reeve. I said the thing that we're not saying. But when I was gonna say it, I'm pretty sure I heard your voice in my head.
Was it like like a conscience?
Well, it just
When it
sounded
was
like
like-
you saying no.
Well, that must be your mind telling you what I would say, the right thing that I would say. That is very good.
Right, okay. Just thought I'd try and clear that up. Right. Have you noticed the ball sack guy? Sorry.
Tenebris, roll one of the two, either persuasion or
Yes.
deception,
Yes.
whichever it is. Roll that, and
Alright.
do you, Uriel, are you interested enough to try and sort of see if she's telling the truth or not, or are you just going to accept it?
Yeah, I'm wary of what on earth happened before because it wasn't something that I could explain, and that makes me nervous.
Okay, roll an insight check.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh! What's my modifier? Hang on. Insight. That's a 19.
Ooh, that's the best roll we've had today, I think.
I think it is.
22.
Did you get a 22?
Oh,
Oh, snap! You're never gonna beat her on charisma.
Nope.
you get a pretty good read off her, and you feel like, yeah, maybe that makes sense. Yeah.
EVP, go.
Yeah, throw hands immediately.
Tenebris, have you drunk before?
Not much. Like as a kid, like the amount that you give to a teenager when you're like, okay, you can try some.
2 bottles of Lamborghini? No?
Teenager who has no friends.
Oh, okay.
So as you're about halfway through this drink now, you start to feel a sensation. It feels good. You start to feel you're loosening up a bit. You really actually, you start to look around and you feel like, maybe these feel like my people. I like this. Yeah.
They have new job, they have new friends, they have new beverage.
Infinity is now drinking the actual, the drink properly,
The conventional way.
the conventional way.
So, Infinity, you looking sneakily over at Tenebris just to check that you're doing it right. You lift it up
Yeah.
and you put it in the hole that you've been using to make noise out of.
I am a humanoid. I'm an android, so they are absolutely based on a human physique. So there is definitely a mouth hole.
But does it go
It's a
anywhere?
mouthful.
Does it just like
put
pool
it-
and then
Well-
come out of the sides?
Twitch chat for those on the podcast did suggest that perhaps it's like a bio burner, so they can take like biological material and turn it into. Although this we have discovered is not biological, so carry on.
No. Surely that means that you would, if that hypothesis is correct, you'd drink it and then just immediately excrete this as waste. So you just vomit it back up. Like
So you
wouldn't complicate it with an additional flow through.
Yeah.
You'd just literally be like,
straight out.
"Ah!"
I feel like if that is what's going to happen, she would try to do it very quietly, just back into the cup.
Dear.
you lift
Oh my God.
you take it into your mouth and you hold it in your mouth. Now there's no actual sort of tube to swallow it down, but you do feel on the floor of your mouth hole.
Just say mouthful. Just say mouth.
It feels like there's some sort of membrane, and
Oh, cool.
you can feel something sort of diffusing across that. So you can sense that you're intaking something from the liquid, and you sort of swill it in your mouth for a little bit, and then the liquid's taste begins to change. So it tastes much as Tenebris found the taste. It's very metallic, it's viscous, it's strong, and it's got this weird sort of jelly herbal kind of
Assume
essence
that's what
to
drinking
it.
is. Yeah.
But as you swill it in your mouth, slowly it loses its flavour, and until eventually it seems to have no flavour at all.
Ah. She will just assume that is what alcohol is and does. So, yeah.
And as you spit it out.
Or I do spit it out.
It's
I thought you. Oh, I thought that's
Well,
what you
no,
were going to do.
I was just saying if I was going to like expel it, she would just sort of try and quietly expel it.
All right.
is there anywhere for it to go?
But if I do ingest it in some way, I mean, we haven't really spoken about her digestive system.
Getting very
So,
diabolical.
yeah, I don't know.
What
no.
ends up happening is your mouth is essentially now full of water. You would know that.
Great.
So
okay.
it's sort of purified water.
Great. Well, I use water for some of my spells and things like that. So is there a way I can transfer the water to wherever I store it, which let's say is in my right leg?
As you think of that, you hear a little, and you feel a little tiny hatch opening in the roof of your mouth, and the water disappears.
If Uriel
That's
knew
quite
about
pleasant.
this, he would 100% get you to like baby bird him with the water.
Yeah.
And a very uncomfortable realization.
Ew!
It's distilled pure water.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
That's what I wanted.
You know, can't. In a survival situation, if that comes to our aid, you'll be thanking me.
I won't
And now-
tell you.
Infinite Sky, you too are starting to. You feel a little. There's some sort of. The way that you're processing information, it feels like it's a bit more. Everything's working a bit better. You're rusty. You feel
Excellent.
like drabs, but things are just.
Can we say
things are starting to
that
click into place.
the stars get like a little bit sharper and like it all looks a little bit like more HD on her screen?
Yes, absolutely. Right. So as you stand there, looking out over the bar, drinking away, is there anything you would like to do, or are you going to drink and listen and watch?
I think
Can
we're all awkward enough to just sort of stand there.
I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the guy. Sorry, the spherical raisin person. Is that is there anything about their behavior that is unusual?
Make a perception check.
Come on, baby. Oh no. Okay, that streak's ended. That is a.
Good, maybe I'll start rolling well.
4.
I mean, it's difficult to see. There's people ducking back and forth. There's people going up to the bar. You don't really want to get too close to everybody, so you can't really like elbow people out the way to have a look. You don't really catch anything. Just him sitting there looking out over the rest of the bar.
Okay. Is everybody by the bar at this point? Nobody else has
I
wandered
think,
off.
yeah, I don't think we
Debriefing.
moved. I think we've all just sort of stood there with our drinks, like, I assume this
By
is
now,
what we do.
by now, Tenebris, you have finished your first full pot of porter, and things are great. Things are absolutely great. I mean, you just feel brilliant, and it tastes amazing. You don't feel any pain anywhere, really. In fact, you don't really feel much.
Oh, well.
But
yeah,
you
I'll take
do need to roll a d20.
it. Okay.
Oh my God.
My giant
shit.
D20.
Has he done it again?
He stabs you.
13.
I stabbed myself.
Roll initiative.
13.
There's a little flutter in the belly. Oh, but it's just gas. You let out a huge burp. Oh, because that feels right. There's people burping all around you. There's colossal belches going on,
I can
and you just feel
belch
at
also.
home.
I'm very happy.
This is great.
Is this
I'm-
Is this affecting me as well? Because I've only had a tiny little bit of it.
You do not feel any different, though.
Okay.
Can I?
But you still have that kind of sickly, cloying taste in your mouth from the sip that you
You
had.
get some paste and go. Oh.
Can I find someone to talk to? I have questions. Who is looking not busy?
This man next to me bought me a drink.
Hello?
You're talking to the man next to you.
Hello? The man next to Infinity. I'll just come round. Hello? Hello?
This
you-
is my friend Tenebris.
Hello?
You sidle your way past Infinity. Infinity introduces you. The man. He looks over at you, and he just stares at you.
How do you get to the forest? I need to
Yes,
get
I
to
would
the
like
forest.
to know that.
We need to go to forest. How will we go there, please?
He keeps looking at you, and you realize, or you see pretty soon, that one of his eyes, the pupil is ever so slightly angular. It shrinks and raises a bit. The eye flickers a little, and then he gives a little snort, and then he turns back to his drink. And then you hear him say, looking at the bar, "No one wants to go to the forest."
Oh no, we do. We would like to go to the forest.
I would like please to go to forest.
Me too.
Right now. Very important. Go to forest.
Oh, right now? I wasn't sure
now?
we'd go right now.
Right now, I need to go to forest.
I've just discovered alcohol.
He takes another sip of his drink. "Nothing's stopping you."
Oh, we could
Is
just
there a
go
gate?
then.
Or you can go from gate? Can I?
He turns around and looks at you again. Looks you up and down this time. "That's to keep things out, not people in."
Oh. Bad things?
He snorts again into his drink.
Bless you.
I must go now to forest. I
Right
thank you
now?
all for good time.
No, Tenebris.
Wait, Tenebris. We're not.
Where are you going?
Lean in and be like, we're not going to. Remember, we're here for the thing we don't talk about. We gotta.
Fossils.
The fossil. You remember the most unsubtle wink in history. Like
No, I will
fossils.
come back. After forest, come back here.
Well, I would like to go to the forest. I'll come with you.
Wait, why do you both want to go to a forest all of a sudden?
I would like to see the trees.
We're here for rocks, not trees.
I like to see the rocks too.
Yeah, but why the trees? Trees aren't rocks.
Well, Tenebris was going to go to the forest, so I thought I should go with her.
Right, so if Tenebris jumped off a cliff, would you jump with her?
Is there a forest at the bottom of the cliff?
It's a... God, I thought I was socially incompetent. Right.
You would like to come to forest, Uriel?
We could all go to the forest.
What? I want to do the thing to help out the person we don't talk about via the thing that we don't talk about to get paid the money so I could get off of this rock.
Right. Correct.
Yes, that is
Oh
very
no! Why would
important.
you want to leave Braxicantu?
Because
Do you not like Braxicantu? Would you like more flowers in Braxicantu? Would that help?
No,
would you want to stay if there were more flowers?
No, the
What
flowers,
about
nothing
more
to do with it.
mushrooms?
I
If there
want to
was
get
more-
off the planet. I've got to get back, okay? Look, it's not important. I've just got to get the money so I can get off. Now, unless the forest has got money or smugglers,
We
well,
are
there might be
on
smugglers
way-
in the
no,
forest. You've got a point there, actually.
So you'd like to stay in this bar full of people?
Well, no, I'd very much like to leave the bar, but
Well, we could go to the
Okay.
forest.
We leave bar.
uh,
Leave bar. Then we go briefly to forest. We each go to separate section of forest. Very important.
Oh, I thought we could go together.
We'll go
Wait, wait,
together
wait.
and then we will go to separately.
if there's dangerous stuff in the forest, then why would we split up?
Yes,
Just
I think we
fun.
should all stay together.
Briefly. Okay, we will plan when we get there. We will decide.
Okay.
Then after that we will nap, and then we will look for the fossils.
Wait, hang on.
Fossils.
Wait a second. I'm like trying to like smooth over my head, just like kind of massaging.
Working your scalp.
Just be like, okay, why are we going in the forest in the night time?
Brief. It's just a very brief trip. I just have. We will go very briefly, just very briefly. Uriel,
Look.
you are a friend now. You are good friend.
Let's not go that
We are
far.
friends. I think
Are
so.
we friends?
I think so.
I have never
because
had friends. This is so exciting.
This is a
everyone
lot
here
of
is so
social
nice.
stimulus all at once, right?
Infinite Sky, you've almost made it to the end of your drink now. You've really got the hang of this drinking thing, and
I'm doing really
and
well.
to be honest, you're loving every minute of this. This is the liveliness, the people, the smells. You've not smelt anything like this. You have no recollection. The sounds, and I see you as a kind of figure just hurtles past you and hits the deck. There's a sort of wet flopping noise, and you just think, oh, you know, it's so good to be alive.
Amazing. She becomes a rainbow.
Whoa!
It's like bright blue sky, rainbow straight across.
Oh my gosh.
And when this happens, actually, it's as though... do you know that Van Gogh painting, The Stars at Night? Like, kind of impressionist...
Starry Night.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Post-impression.
It's as though you're trying to make a sort of...
Sorry, me and Simon are both like, sorry, I think you're getting Van Gogh
Sorry,
slightly wrong.
it's Starry Night and it's post-impression.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm glad you did.
This is important.
Pedants.
I must roll a history check. Yeah, you... So the image is kind of a bit warped. It's
Right.
not like a clear image. It just looks
Oh,
almost
drunk
super
rainbow.
kind of... Yeah, it's a bit
Amazing.
impressionistic. Post-impressionistic.
Thank you.
I've never really done this before. Did you notice? Look, I'm different. I used
You
to be all
look
starry, and
different
now
colour.
it's not.
Has anything changed in the bar? Can I like look around and see if anybody's noticed this, if this has caused a ruckus or something?
People do occasionally look at you, but essentially the noise level has been building and building, and people have started to become more and more kind of frenetic. There's movements you can see over in the corner where Chort was. There's just the sound of like, oh God, hold them down, don't let them free, take on one, get on one. And then there's a sort of the ring has been building. There's people pushing their way past. It's really the energy in here. It's as though the whole place is about to burst. And you see behind the bar, there's Gusti handing out drinks left, right, and center. So there is a sort of feverish atmosphere which has been building up.
Nebris is going to stand up and attempt to walk in a straight line towards the door. Very
Roll a
Initiative.
Roll one initiative.
roll a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ooh, 13.
There's feet sticking out along the floor. There's occasionally a sort of bodies. Sometimes just someone flies past you, but you feel like you've got this. You step forward daintily, dancer's footsteps, and you almost go over. There's a point where you hit a slidey patch on the floor. You don't know what it is. You don't look down, but you make it to the other side of the bar, back towards the door. Is that right?
Yes, please.
So you're now standing at the door. You can see across the bar. You can see all these things going on.
I will.
Wait.
You wave. So you're not
Yeah.
following her.
You're not going. You're
No,
not
I'm just
coming.
waving. I just watched her go, and then I'm waving. Are we going to the forest now?
Forest.
Forest!
Wait, I really, and I was just like, really
Okay.
massage. It's the thing he does when he's stressed. It's like, I really don't think.
Infinite Sky, can you roll a dexterity check with disadvantage?
Yeah, absolutely can. Check or save. Oh, wow, I rolled not well. Check or save? It doesn't make sense.
It's a check, it's a check.
It's a 7.
You set yourself, your legs newly working. You feel like this is what you were built to do. You were built exactly. You're just as good as all of these people. You look out across this wondrous array of flesh and bodies, and you think, oh, isn't the human body a wonderful thing? I will show them. I too can move as a human. You put one foot out and you catch it on the side of a table. You fall over the table and into the person standing opposite.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Both of you hit the floor. And then immediately around you, this roar goes up. It's happening! The robot's taking him on! And then,
I'm not.
and suddenly, all around you, this ring of figure standing over you. You see there's hair, tousled hair. You could see skin, and you see there's people tearing their clothes. I'm next! I'm next!
No, I'm not
and
fighting
then
anyone. No.
in front of you, you see a younger person. It's you can't tell if they're a man or a woman. They have long, very, very long, shaggy, sandy-colored hair. Their faces, they have kind of almost spiky features. They're not pretty, that's for sure. But just like most of the others, they're very well muscled, and you can see where the ribs are. you can see that the flesh has been pared back. So it's almost as though it's been cut back, not kind of burnt back or anything, cut back to reveal a metal rib cage that goes all the way down. So it goes from the collarbones, there's rib, all the way down to the hips. So it's almost like a sort of, like a cage protection.
Hello.
You can see that because they've torn their shirt off.
Great. I have no shirt to tear off. I'm not a rainbow anymore. The minute I fell, just straight back to standard stars. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. I drank. I've never drunk before. Sorry.
You hear this. Just, there's a moment of silence. And then from somewhere behind you, you hear, boo!
Why? But
And
no,
then-
wait. Sorry. No, I didn't.
Everyone around, boo!
please,
You went to the floor, on the floor, and then everybody charges you, on the floor. And then as that's happening, a figure pulls its way through into the ring, and Short lands in the middle and goes, "She's doing it! Oh, fight on!"
Oh.
No, I didn't. Oh no.
And the other man, not man, sorry, the other figure takes one look at Short, looks at you, and then sort of melds back into the ring.
Total. I didn't. She's just kind of frozen.
Okay, Shortle turns around, looks at all the kind of people, the surroundings, all this kind of baying mob. She lifts up her arms, and then she looks over her shoulder at you, and she gives you that big, not so subtle wink.
Oh. Can I roll something to see if I understand what that means? Because I don't think I've ever been on that end of such, apart from with Tenebris.
You can roll an insight check.
Okay, yeah, I'm quite good at insight. I rolled a 2, so that's a 6 total.
You
This dice
are
is
aware.
absolute garbage.
You know that this is a thing that people do, and
People
it communicates
wink. Yeah.
something. That is where your memory banks.
Okay.
end.
I'll walk over and just stand next to her in the ring and go, hello.
As you walk over, the roar builds. She's coming for you!
No, wait,
She's
no,
gonna
I'm
have
not-
it in
I'm
the
not-
back!
I'm not coming.
And then Short turns, bends down low on her knees, and rugby tackles you through the door. Roll
Out the door.
out the door. Do you resist?
Oh, Shortle.
the door. No, not with
Where you
you.
were going.
No, I was just going over to be like, hello. Ah!
You fly out of the door with Shortle attached to you. Into the mud. You take
Oh no.
1 bludgeoning damage
Great.
as Shortle lands on top of you. And then she gets up and she holds herself over you as you're lying on the floor, looking up at her.
I didn't want
And
to
you
fight
can see
you.
and you see, we're not fighting each other, my dear. Don't you worry, I've got your back. And then she gives you a quick kiss on the forehead. No, sorry, not the forehead. She aims for the forehead. She gets you in the mouth, says, I'm sorry about that, and then turns on her heel and throws herself back into the door.
At this
Bye.
point,
Oh,
I feel like she's going to be met by Uriel, rugby tackling himself through the door in the opposite direction.
So you're
Catapults
throwing
him.
yourself through
I'm
the
throwing myself
you're-
through the door, like tackling her through the door. Because it's like something has threatened infinity. The pure,
All right.
this pure machine. And I'm going to come barreling in the other direction.
Tenebris
All right.
was standing at the door and I think just stepped aside to allow the various people to just like bowl past.
That feels right.
yeah, that feels
Yes,
very right.
yes.
Yeah.
Tenebris, you just sway ever so slightly to one side. Sorry, Tenebris. And this like a missile goes through. And as you're standing there, you then see Uriel running towards you. What would you do?
Beside again.
Okay. You lean to one side again. Uriel, roll attack. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Right, so this is...
I love this awkward group so much.
Are you wait, you're going for Chortle, Uriel?
Yeah, because like I thought, that, you know,
I mean,
I
no,
see
yeah,
somebody
fair enough.
attacking Infinity.
Yeah.
So that's 11 on that first attack.
You hurl yourself, hands out, as you feel for the first time a real sense that something that you love is being threatened. You must protect this creature. You grit your teeth, summon your edge, hurl yourself out, and fly over the top of Chortle as she comes in low in a crab stance, and out, and you land on Infinite Sky.
Oh no!
Hello. Sorry.
Terribly sorry.
No, it's fine.
Are you all right?
I didn't. Yes, I'm fine. I think I chipped a screen, but I'm fine.
Tenebris, by now you can see that the bar has just descended into chaos. Short has thrown herself in and hit some random person. They've thrown a punch at someone else, and the whole thing has just descended. And you can hear these, "Hey, we're having a party!" And then the sound of that person getting crunched on the side of their head with one of the tankards. And it's just descending now pretty quickly.
I will shout, "Thank you, new friends!" And exit.
Are we going to the forest now?
As you leave out into the outside, into the forest night, and in the sudden stillness, although you can still hear them, the sound of, you can hear this sound of banging and crashing and clanging coming from the inside. You see your two new friends on the floor, lying next to each other, looking pretty discombobulated. And then a shadow behind you as the light from the doorway of Mova's throws a shape into sharp relief. The silhouette, it's slightly
Spherical, raisiny.
Spherically, but raisiny.
But Balzac-y.
In the cold air, does it like... Is it now more wrinkly?
We don't know if it's even them yet.
Does the head look somewhat smaller than it did in the bar?
It was quite warm in there.
There's no neck, it's just retracted.
Who's behind me?
Make
DM?
a perception. No. You look, but the head seems vaguely normal shaped, Uriel.
Okay.
And Tenebris, you hear a voice behind you. Well, I asked you out. And
What was
I
that?
think,
Last
well,
shot.
it's a voice. At last, you're out.
Oh, great. No trout.
And a figure steps into the light. It's a young man. He's holding one of these tankards of ale, and you can see it foaming over the top of it. He's short again, muscular. But there's the beginnings of a pot belly just making its way over the top of his belt. In the light, you can see there's a ragged birthmark that reaches down from his hairline all the way down over his right eye. He flicks a look at you, Tenebris. His eyes are small. They dart between you and Uriel, you and Infinity on the ground. And Sky, you can see that from up close, the eyes are a vibrant... Ten. You can see... Tenebris, you can see up close that the eyes are a vibrant emerald green.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you and the corners of his lips curl in a very faint smile.
Oh no.
You can smell him. He smells of sweat and BO, and it's almost overpowering. He looks at you. He looks down at them. And then he lets out a huge burp. So, you're the ones who've been sent to find the smugglers then, are you?
No.
And we'll leave it there, I think.
This has gone badly. This is
Bad
this
stuff.
is
It's bad stuff. But also,
Is it bad or is it interesting?
Definitely interesting. Are we all going to
Interesting?
die? Maybe.
Bad interesting.
Let's find out. Bad interesting.
plan for the plan.
Wow.
Well, there's certainly plenty to talk about from that one. In terms of stuff I think that we should talk about next week in the DnDebrief, I would definitely like to talk about the Dwarven language.
I
think
wrote Dwarvish down as well. I
Yeah.
wrote Dwarvish. Yeah.
Also, obviously I think we should talk about Infinite Sky's mouth hole.
Well, I was going to.
God.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
No
I
mouth-
was
I don't
going to
think
say.
mouth holes.
Last week we did talk a lot about like terraforming and
Yeah.
things that were quite Infinite Sky based. So I was going to maybe say we do something with you two.
Well, the other thing that picked up my attention was just the whole idea of the colony pods. I find
don't
that
know
really interesting as a concept of like if you are it's basically IKEA but for colonizing a planet. Like, is that something that
Yeah.
historically happened? Is that something that would make sense to have like standard constructs?
I guess it would. Yeah, I mean it's kind of the plan with like going to Mars and stuff is to take a thing, put it down, go live in it.
But there's no need
Does
to
it
have
continue? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutrient paste could be an option.
Nutrient paste. The other thing was, and I don't know,
Type one.
this might be spoilery,
No
Debrief, but I thought
No
being
spoilers.
able to talk
No
in someone's
spoilers.
head. Is that
No.
spoilers? That's spoilers. Okay,
Denied.
fine. Denied.
It's gonna take ages. I'm really sorry.
Denied.
All my stuff is tied together, and it's going to take ages. So
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
even gonna
No, that's
subject
fine.
it or debrief it for ages, which is alright.
Cool. Is there anything Twitch chat would like us to talk about in the D&D brief?
Ideas.
So in Twitch chat, Dandy was saying another possibility with Infinite Sky was the cyber photosynthesis route.
Yes, I saw that, and then I clicked off the.
So perhaps
chat
if you were
because I've lost
storing
all the
some
old
like
chat.
energy in really high density batteries or something. Because I love that. I wouldn't be averse to doing more Infinite Sky stuff because I think that's fascinating. This idea of an android that's sent out to terraform planets and seed stuff.
Yeah.
There's loads to talk about there.
Loads to talk about.
Yeah, but I think we've got to. I mean, as we learn more about your two characters, Simon and Shams, there's going to be a lot to talk about there. But it does, in a way, it does feel a bit like Infinite Sky has kind of shown a lot of her hand. Like there's a lot to talk about
There's
her
no
already,
reason
and
for
you
her
guys
not to
will.
do that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
I just don't want to, hog the limelight,
Well, we don't have to decide on this now. We can have a chat about this between now and this time next week.
Those are some good ideas.
Yeah,
if you got any more ideas.
Twitch chat, we very much hope that you enjoyed that. I mean, we hope that everybody enjoyed that who is
Everyone,
listening at
not
home
just
or
Twitch
watching
chat.
at home. But Twitch chat can actually respond. So, that's why I said that.
You too can respond if you're listening
On
to the podcast or on
social
YouTube
media.
by comments or going to our social medias. We
Yeah.
are RPGeeks
Say hi.
D&D on everything, I believe.
Yeah,
Instagram,
TikTok.
Twitter, TikTok. Yeah.
yeah, we had an awesome. Oh, I can't remember their username, but someone sent us a really amazing question about electrifying water with shock and grasp.
Red Servala.
Yes, we will be replying to that.
What was it?
Red Servala.
Yes, Red Savala. Thank you. More questions like that. So that was great.
If you have a D&D, how could this work science-wise question, send it to us on social media and we'll do our best to try and come up with some kind of scientific bullshit.
D&D Artificia support. Something like that. And also, if you are listening to us on a podcast of your service of choice, whether that's iTunes or what have you, if you give us a rating, that would definitely help us reach more people.
Yes, please.
And basically, if you like this, then we're going to be doing this every week. So for those of you who are listening on a podcast or watching the VOD, thank you very much. We'll end this here, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.